My name is Jacob Hope. I'm the pastor at Tumwater First Baptist Church. Thanks for tuning in here just for a few minutes. We are in Mark chapter 7, verses 24 through 37, with two accounts of the miracles Jesus did while he was ministering here on earth. And we're going to start right there in verse 24. And he says, "From there he arose and went away to the regions of Tyre and Sidon, and he entered a house and did not want anyone to know." And there's also a verse later where he's trying to keep his ministry a little more private than it has gotten because he has no time to rest. And it says, "Yet he could not be hidden. But immediately a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, came and fell down at his feet. And now the woman was a Gentile, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, 'Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs.'" Jesus is not calling this woman a dog. He's trying to illustrate something to her, like, hey, my ministry is to my children. My ministry is to the Jews. It's not your turn yet. Blessings aren't coming yet to the Gentiles. And here in this midst, we see, I think, her, which I think we should take with us, is her humility and really just her faith in the power of God. And she says, "Yes, Lord, I agree with you. Yet even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Yes, your ministry is to the Jews. I understand that. But all I need is a crumb, a leftover crumb, because no one's going to eat the crumb after it falls down to the floor. All I need is that crumb, and that crumb will solve my problem. Think about that faith. Think about that connection there where she believed, all I need is a leftover piece of your power and it's going to do what I need it to do. And he said to her, "For this statement, you may now go your way. The demon has left your daughter." And she went home and found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. So we see God's power. Just by speaking, it accomplishes exactly what he wants it to. Then we see in Verses 31, he says, "Then he returned from the region of Tyre and went through Sidon to the Sea of Galilee and the region of Decapolis. And they brought to him a man who was deaf and had a speech impediment, and they begged him to lay his hand on him. And after taking him aside from the crowd privately, he put his finger in his ears." And so he put him in his ears, like, okay. And then he spit on him. And then he opened your mouth, and then he touched their tongue. Now, nowadays, with the COVID-19, he probably just gave the guy coronavirus, but not here. See, Jesus, I want you to think about this. He's already spoken and healed someone. Now all he has to do is spit. Stick his fingers in there, and boom, heal. And he said, Ephatha, that is, be opened, and his ears were opened, his tongue was released, and he spoke plainly. And Jesus charged them to tell no one. But the more he charged them, the more zealously they proclaimed it, and they were astonished beyond all measure, saying, "He has done all things well. He even makes the deaf hear and the mute speak." That is the Jesus we serve and worship. He does all things well. Thanks for tuning in.